Here on your Monday morning, every 10 minutes, we get you a look at the forecast with KIMT Storm Team 3 meteorologist Sarah Knox. Sarah, what are you tracking?
Hey there, Annalise. Let me just say, looking pretty in pink, which is good. We need some of that brightness here on this gray Monday morning. Yeah, gray because we're dealing with a little bit of that fog. It's getting better out there. Places like Charles City, Rochester, Austin can clearly see evidence of that fog. Meanwhile, in Mason City, it's been nice and clear for a couple hours now. So here's a look at current visibility. 10 miles, a perfect 10 in Mason City, as well as Owatonna, Winona, areas in between, not so much. Places like Decorah have now fallen under a mile of visibility. Preston, currently under 2 miles. Meanwhile, Rochester, Charles City, back to 3 miles of visibility. And because we have seen improvement, this widespread fog area is starting to shrink up. That dense fog advisory that you may have been seeing throughout the morning has been allowed to expire. That's for all of us. Now, current temperatures playing a role when it comes to the fog. It's chilly out there, especially in Mason City. 2 degrees right now, 7 in Albert Lea, Austin, 5 in Charles City, and that does come with some wind chills below the 0 mark. Meanwhile, still in the double digits for Rochester, sitting at a whopping 11 degrees. My friends, it's cold out there, so I keep mentioning a mild Monday on the way. What are you talking about, Sarah? It is cold. Well, as we enter into the afternoon, that's when temperatures begin to rise on up. By 3 p.m. around 28 degrees. And I am still calling for around 30 degrees here for our high today, especially if we can get a little bit of sunshine to come through some of these partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies. And it's looking like we're going to be doing that. Satellite and radar here showing off why it is so cold a little further to the west. We've got some clear skies. Clouds, as well as the fog, act as a bit of a blanket, kind of keeping some of the warmth in there. Clearly, Rochester covered in the clouds right now. Wouldn't be surprised if we do see some sunshine, though, especially once it rises, of course, because we are seeing areas that are clearer than others. Meanwhile, Sky Tracker 3 here does try to bring in a bit more of the cloud cover, maybe picking up on some redevelopment for the fog. It's just not going to be as dense. As we enter into the afternoon, does show a little bit of sunshine present before clouds do eventually move back in and swallow us up here as we head into the afternoon. Precipitation chances worth mentioning, little flurry here, the drizzle there. Chances are pretty low, but it is possible, especially as the clouds fill back in. As we head later into the week, though, that's when our chances for snow start to go back up. But so do our temperatures, for a brief moment at least. Now here on the 7-day forecast where the weekend is always in view, notice Friday. I mentioned that brief warm up back to the 30s as that chance for snow returns. That's because the snow chance coming from a southern system kind of clipping us. And speaking of clipping, then we've got a clipper system coming in from the north. It's not looking to bring a ton of snow, Annalise, but it is going to bring a huge cool down. And of course, Sunday, the coldest day on there, 5 degrees for our high. Of course, my birthday, right?
Of course. And hope you enjoyed this past weekend because next weekend's going to be so different.
It is indeed. And yeah, this weekend was nice, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Thank you, Sarah. A new